Hey, it's Marcus here. Today I'm going to talk about a new NFT project. Daniel Mun is going to release a new NFT project called All My Emotions on June 22nd. And today I'm going to talk to him and let you know more about this particular project. And at the same time, one of the NFT is actually a collaboration with a brand. I'm not going to tell you here right now. You will have to listen to this conversation, this interview. So enjoy. So right now we have Daniel here. We are going to talk about his latest collection. I think it's called All My Emotions, right?
Yes, it's called
Okay.
All My Emotions, NFT.
Okay. So maybe give us like a little background of how you created this. Like, is it something to do with your personal experience?
Okay, so I'm gonna get a little deep.
That's fine.
Get a little deep. So, you've been with me through this whole little journey of my last. Well, since I had the show last year in New York, in Brooklyn.
Yep.
Did the show in collaboration with you. We did it together. It was a hit. A lot of people came, and a lot of people saw my talent, a little bit of my talent.
Yep.
And so after I ended the show, after that happened, I was on a high from New York Fashion Week and from my own show and just from living in New York City. And I, after the show, a lot of things happened, and I went back to Nebraska in the beginning. I went back to Nebraska where I grew up at the end of December. My mother called and said that she wanted to see my dog, and I wanted to go back home anyways. And then my dog ended up having a really weird thing. He almost died in literally around Christmas. And so I ended up spending Christmas in the ER with my dog, and I didn't go home that day, but I did ended up going home, and I left New York. This was at the end of December. And a lot of things just kind of, I was at a high because of so many things that were happening in my life that were good.
Yep.
And then when I went back to Nebraska and after the holidays, I was kind of like, I was experiencing too much stress, and I ended up not being able to walk for about a month and a half because I suffer from a thing called gout. And so I asked the doctor when I went to see them, like, why am I struggling with this? Like, I'm not eating anything that I'm not supposed to, like, what's going on? And they said that it was because of my stress. I had too much stress. And so it triggered my condition. And so I was immobile for about a month and a half. And during that month and a half, I couldn't go back to New York. I was sort of stuck in my mother's house.
Yep.
And I couldn't get up. So I started thinking like, wow, like I'm a failure. Like I started just feeling really negatively about myself.
Yep.
And I started just struggling. And as always, anybody that knows me knows, because I've said it before, like the reason that I do art is because it's like my salvation when it comes to everything. Like every time I've been in a hole, mentally, financially, everything, I have always gotten out of it because of my art. I start drawing, or I just kind of lose myself in my art. And because I knew about NFTs this time around, and I knew about like what was happening in the NFT space, I started thinking, well, why don't I do a collection that is very personal? And I don't talk about my mental health that much. I don't like to talk about it. I find it really difficult. It's even hard right now, but it's part of what I'm doing. So I struggle with depression. And so I don't have it all the time. I'm not like a depressed person all the time, not like that. Comes and goes. And it hit me really hard in January where I couldn't walk. I wasn't working. I wasn't doing anything in New York. I was just sort of like in winter in Nebraska doing nothing. So I decided to make a collection that was about my feelings when it comes to mental health. And because I work in fashion and I love fashion, I decided to make it fun and create these characters that are fashionable, but also they have a lot of meaning behind each and every single one of the characters. They have different personalities, they express different emotions. And so along with you, when I was describing the collection, we came up with the name All My Emotions. And so it really hit a chord because it really is about my emotions. Like I said, I wasn't able to walk for so long. I just started drawing different drawings, and all of a sudden I had like characters that I was creating, and everyone is unique but similar. And so that's what happened. I took my struggle and my really low everything at the time, and I made it into a collection. And now I'm ready to launch next week in New York City at NFT NYC.
Okay. So what's the purpose? Like when people purchase this NFT, what do you want them to do?
Well, I really, so I've spoken to a few other artists in the past few days, and just other people that I approached about my collection. And I want to know, I'm even putting on my Instagram, like I told my story with my struggles because I've never done it before. And a lot of people responded, and I had a lot of responses from people that are also struggling because of their own reasons. And I really saw that I am connecting with people that are also in a position where they feel, like they're dealing with their mental health because of their own personal reasons. And one thing that I noticed is that we all want to like keep it quiet. A lot of people don't want to talk about this. People don't want to share it. People don't want to, they just don't want to talk about it. It's something that we struggle with. And so the reason for this collection is because I want us to connect. I want to build, really, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I want to build a community where people feel safe to come and express themselves and be heard and be supported. Because I know from my fellow artists how we tend to just be in our own brain, and we feel deeply, and that's how we're able to create our art. But I don't think it's healthy to keep all of our emotions inside. I think it's necessary actually to share and express what's inside of you so that your mental health doesn't, get worse and worse. I'm not the expert in this. Like, I've struggled with it my whole life, but this last time was really hard. And so I decided I wanted to connect with more people, and that's what this collection ultimately is what I wanted to happen. I wanted to be, again, somewhere where people can come in Discord or Twitter and share with me their stories, share with me what their struggles are. I want to have support system from other professionals, like mental health professionals that will come in and give us advice, give us support. My dream is to make this global, to make this be something that everybody can relate to, because it's very relatable. And I don't think it's so cliche and it's so taboo. I don't know why it's so taboo. We all have it. We just don't talk about it.
So you want to use this collection to create a safe space for people to talk about their problems without really without showing the true faces, so they can use that NFT to like represent them and to talk about their mental health problems.
It would be really cool to be able to utilize the characters as their mask, so that if they feel confident, I would like them to share it with their faces. But if they don't feel like they're ready for it, I don't think it's my job to tell them to do that. But I would to share their stories with this character, because it represents an emotion that they're having, or that they're gonna, something like that.
Yes. So from what I know, you have created 50 hand-drawn girls right now at the moment, right?
That is correct.
And these are the special ones. Basically, they are the originals.
They are the ones that I've done by hand. These are like my babies, from this collection. All the other ones are going to come from, but these are the main 50 ones that started the collection. And each one is unique. Each one's different. Each one has different hair. Each one has different emotions, but they're all cohesive when it comes to the collection.
Okay, that's really cool. And I know one of them is a special collaboration with a fashion brand in New York. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, how much can I say about it?
Say whatever you want.
So I'm just gonna say it. So I thanks to you last year, this was one of my highlights of last year. I attended several fashion shows, but one of my, of course, like I'm wearing their hats. It's a private policy. So I went to their show. You connected me with the designers. You connected me with the brand, and they invited me to come and see the show and draw the show.
Yep.
And connected with people from other industries. I also do hair, so I connected with people from Orbay, and like I just, I thank you all the time, but I still haven't thanked you enough. Like that really catapulted because of that, I'm here today. I'll just say it. Because of that, I'm here today.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because I became friends with the brand and they like my work, we're doing a collaboration now. So one of the 50 of this collection is going to be a auction piece that is going to be with private policy. So we're doing a collaboration. So we're literally, I drew that one specifically for the brand. I worked directly with Ximena, the designer of private policy, one of the designers. And we're going to start launching this in a few days. This is going to be an amazing opportunity for people to discover that brand. And also, should I say what comes with the utility?
Yeah, absolutely.
So the coolest thing, I'm very lucky. I feel very lucky because they don't have to do that, and they did it, and they offered it, so I'm happy. One of the coolest things that comes with buying that specific piece, besides being a collectible, is that it comes with a ticket to the front show, a front row ticket to their fashion show in the fall. And I'm going to be there. And what we had discussed with the designer is that I'm going to be sitting right next to the person that wants or makes the highest bid. So that person is going to be sitting right next to me, front row, looking at the amazing collection that's going to come in the fall for private policy. So it's huge. It's huge. I still can't believe this is happening.
This is just so cool. So again, if you win the bid for this private policy NFT, you will get a front row ticket in September, and you'll watch the show with Daniel in New York.
Yeah, and I actually
you asked for.
This is literally a dream come true for me too, because I've worked in fashion for a while and I dip in and dip out. Yep. But last year was just so much. Like I went to several shows, I met so many amazing people. I connected with a lot of people, I connected with a lot of brands.
Yep.
I mean, I know that we've done some work with other brands. And so it's a dream come true. I don't know what else to say. And I wanna share that with somebody else that always has dreamt about going to a show. Well, this is your chance.
Exactly.
Buy the NFT, or make the highest bid, and you will be the one that goes with me to the show.
Yep. So this is something that actually we haven't talked about. When is this NFT collection going to drop?
So because I am dropping a preview of the collection, which are the 50 hand-drawn. I'm dropping those on June 22nd during NFT NYC at a location in NYC. And then the rest of the collection, which will be coming out either at the end of July or sometime in August, that's going to be for the public. So at the show, we're going to have 40 of the pieces are going to be for sale. So people, if anybody's watching this and they want to, grab them, there'll be a chance because they'll be minted on time for the show on the 22nd. So if we don't sell them all at the show, people will have an opportunity to buy them. These are like the OGs, the original ones, the ones that I did by hand. All the other ones are still unique and they're still mine, but those are, computer generated like every other collection in the market right now.
Yep. And they are actually the 10,000 ones that you're coming out will be inspired by this 50.
Yeah, so, it's pretty much like, it's what happens in the NFT space. It's most of them are computer generated, but somebody just creates all the traits and then a programmer or a team creates the rest. And that's what I'm doing as well.
Okay. So if you're watching this, if you're interested in this collection, you should follow Daniel on Instagram for more information. And I know that you also have the Instagram set up for this collection. It's called All My Emotions NFT. So make sure that you follow these two accounts. I'll put it in the comment in the description so that you can follow those two accounts as well. So final question, what's the next step after this?
The next step for me is continue to do my art, continue to grow the community. That's, I think, the most important thing is I really want to, yes, I want to sell the artwork and I want this to be successful, but I know what it feels like to be alone completely and to feel like you can't connect. I've struggled with that a lot. And this is more like a chance for me to connect with a lot of people, because I think the most important thing, and I said this earlier to another artist, is human connection. And so I really, really want us to connect. I want to do what you did with Drawdot, but in my own way. Like, you've connected so many artists and we know who we are. We're in your Patreon, we do the things. But I want to do the same thing with the public, because there's so many people that don't have a voice, and I want to give them an opportunity to express their feelings. If they want to share it with their face, do it. If they don't, get an NFT and share it, be behind that mask, but know that you are not weird. You're not different. We all struggle with this. It's not just a one thing. It's not anything or a fat thing or a rich thing or a poor thing. I've been through it all.
Yep.
And I see it all. It's everybody.
Yep. Yeah, I think that because a lot of people are saying that, oh, there is no purpose with holding an NFT. But I feel like with this collection, we are serving a different purpose. Like, this collection is helping people to open up, to tell people the dark side of what they're dealing with right now. So
I also want them to know, and this is the main thing, because when I release the characters, you'll see it. They're all, you can see their emotions, but they're still fun. They're still like, I want people to know that after the darkness comes the light. Like, I've been through it so many times. Like, you just can't give up. You can't give up. You cannot give up, no matter what. Like, for me, my art is my escape. And that's why I created this. Like, I didn't know when I was starting it, I didn't know that I was going to have such an impact, and it was powerful. But now that I have shared it with a few people, and a few people have gotten a glimpse of it, everybody's like, oh my God, this is incredible. I'm getting people wanting to join, people wanted to collaborate. It's I don't know what's going to happen, but my dream is to connect with as many people as possible and help people and tell them there is hope and we can overcome this together. And that's what I want, because I also need them.
Yep, that's amazing. I am excited to see like how when you release the 10,000 NFT, but next week, June 22nd, you're dropping the 50 NFT, the originals. So hopefully I actually want to see who's going to like win the bid for the private policy, because that is a really special one. And
it is honestly one of my favorite ones. Like, obviously all of them, I put my heart into it, and they're all super fashionable and they have accessories and cool jewelry and cool outfits. But the private policy is stunning. Like, I went in with the details, the chain. I mean, they're all beautiful, but this one, well, and because I love seeing and I love private policy, like, it means a lot. Like, if I wasn't selling it, I would want to keep it,
Yes, absolutely. If you want to know more information about this collection, again, make sure that you follow Daniel on Instagram. Maybe you can also tell him privately about your mental health like stories as well. Maybe there's a chance that something can happen. And if you work in a mental clinic or you are a psychiatrist, if you want to get involved with this collection, make sure you contact Daniel, because I feel like with this collection, there are a lot of possibilities. And again, our main purpose is to connect people together and to share the stories so that we know that you're not alone.
Exactly. And I also think now being, LGBT Pride Month, I think that it's also important for me to connect. I'm also part of the community, so I want to connect with my community that way, because I know what it feels like to be an outsider. I just want to connect with as many people who wants to like just know that they're not alone. That's again, yes, I want to sell, but I want to connect more than anything, because that's the purpose for this collection: human connection.
Yep, absolutely. human connection is always the most important part. Because of technology, we kind of lose touch of that human connection. And now we're using technology to rebuild that human connection. So that's a really, really cool like way to define this collection. That's how I'm going to say. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, this has been really, right now I'm speaking about it more freely, but when I was thinking about, am I really doing this? Like, do I really want to release this? Do I really want to talk about my mental health? It is scary. It's scary AF, like, yeah. But I think that if I can open up and share my story and provide some sort of hope with my art, I wish that people will understand the mission and the idea behind it. And I would love it if everybody could support it, spread it, share it. We all struggle with this. I think that everybody can relate to it. Everybody. And who knows, this is my creation. Like, I came up with it by myself, but if we never know what's going to happen in the future, this could turn into like, I don't know.
It could be a whole different like thing. Like, you can define NFT with this collection because there's a new meaning adding to what NFT is about right now. So yeah, exactly. I am excited for this and see how this is going to evolve in the near future. But thanks for talking to me, like talking about this collection, and I wish you good luck. Next Wednesday is where the collection drop. Again, follow Daniel for all the information about this All My Emotions collection.
Thank you, Marcus.
All right, thank you so much. I will talk to you later.
Bye.
The All My Emotions NFT project by Daniel Mun will be dropping on June 22nd, so make sure you follow Daniel's Instagram account to get more information about the girls. And I hope that you like this video, so if you do, please make sure you give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification so you know when I will release the next video. With that being said, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.